And welcome to FrightFest. You've been here before with Chamber. Was it the Shepherd's Bush one? Now you're here in Leicester Square, and Burial's just screened on the IMAX. How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. Really fun to show it on such a big screen with the FrightFest audience. Yeah, my first film was here in the Shepherd's Bush year. I don't know if we're allowed to say that it went to Shepherd's Bush, but back at the Empire, coming back to the Empire, coming back to Leicester Square, being on the IMAX, is so good.
And for people that aren't familiar with the film, give us a brief synopsis about what the film's about.
Burial is about a group of Soviet soldiers at the very end of the war who traffic the remains of Hitler out of Berlin and try to cover up the fact that he killed himself. And they bury it in the ground, they dig it back up, and they bury it again, and they dig it back up. And it's based on a fact that Stalin didn't want anybody to know that Hitler had killed himself. And then that's our starting point, and then it goes on into a race against enemies in Poland, and lots of violence and weird things.
And I guess something that people won't expect is that amongst this World War II story is a female lead.
Yes. Yeah, and based on a historical character who was ordered to verify the remains of Hitler. And she was Jewish as well. She was Soviet and she was Jewish. And just that conflict of someone who was the Jewish faith, of having to verify the remains of Hitler, it's so conflicting in that character. So it's good for Charlotte, who plays the role, to play off that and lead the film. I thought it was really important that be the main character.
And did you give her any references as to female characters on screen that maybe she could emulate?
Well, there's lots, but I was born in the '80s, so there's Ripley from Aliens, which is the classic one. But there's some great historical characters that she looked at. But in terms of lead female characters on screen, yeah, I think it was like Ellen Ripley and looking at Blue Steel, Bigelow's film with those kind of things.
I think a theme of your films does seem to be strong women, because there was the same in Chamber.
Yeah, I grew up in a family of men who were in the military, and then women who worked in a hospital and helping people, and nurses and teachers. And so I've grown up around strong female characters. So I think that's definitely gone into my brain somewhere. Military stories and then strong female characters, yeah.
And what are you working on now?
I'm working on a couple of things, but one being a horror film, a ghost film, which I'm really excited about making, and hopefully, when it's finished, I'll come back to FrightFest with it.
Wish you the best of luck. Thank you.